Hello and welcome to Able Jam TV. Here we give you the best entertainment content like never before. Kindly feel free to subscribe and turn on the notification bell to get all our content.
Prison is a place meant to house the wrongdoers of society. Murderers, rapists, and those that commit crimes too terrible to imagine. When you gather them all together, however, sometimes the situation can become highly volatile. Here are 10 of the most violent prisons in the world. Gitarama Central Prison. This Rwandan prison was originally designed to only hold 400 prisoners, but by the mid-1990s it was holding more than 7,000. The increase was due to the Rwandan genocide, when many of the inmates were primarily left there to rot. It was described as hell on earth, with 4 men crowded together per square yard. There is no roof on this prison and inmates are forced to stand together in all weather, suffering from gangrene and smoke inhalation from cooking fires. There have even been reports of cannibalism among the inmates. Petak Island Prison. Situated in the middle of the freezing White Lake in Russia, this maximum security prison is drafty, and the northwest region's frigid winters reach record lows, shortening prisoners' lifespans even more. They are kept in solitary confinement for more than 20 hours each day, and are only permitted visitors twice a year. They are not allowed to have books or any other reading material, and many lose their minds in the isolation and poor conditions before serving out their sentences. Kamiti Maximum Security Prison. Covering over 1,200 acres of land, this prison has the worst reputation in Kenya. It was meant to hold only 1,500 occupants, but it has become dangerously overcrowded with nearly 3,600 instead. Conditions are unspeakable, as there is often no heat or running water, so epidemics such as cholera are common. As there is no water, inmates are forced to carry buckets in the unrelenting heat to survive. It's also well known for its violence. Fights between inmates, beatings from guards, rape, and sodomy are alarmingly commonplace. Inmates are provided with shockingly little food, so death from malnutrition is not unheard of. Rikers Island Prison. Situated on an island in the East River between the Bronx and Queens, Rikers Island is one of the most well-known jails. Between the 10 buildings, it can hold 17,000 inmates arrested in New York City. In recent years, this jail has attracted a lot of media attention due to multiple instances of murder, rape, assault, and sodomy by both the inmates and the guards. There were even reports of a guard-approved fight club between inmates to provide entertainment. Citations for excessive force haven't stopped the abuse, as a federal investigation found falsified records stating the abuse was warranted or never happened at all. La Sabaneta Prison. Located in Venezuela, prisoners that are sent here all carry makeshift knives for protection from each other and the guards. In a 2013 raid, more than 22,000 rounds of ammo, multiple guns, and even a tunnel for marijuana and cocaine storage was found. The prison is underfunded, doesn't have nearly enough staff, and is extremely overcrowded, so gangs have taken over and begun to run the inside. Rape, murder, and the constant threat of death loom over those on the lower end of the food chain every day. Riots are terrifyingly common, and one in 2012 saw 591 prisoners dead before it ended. Alcatraz Prison. Off the coast of San Francisco, California, there's the island of Alcatraz, which houses one of the most notorious prisons in the world. However, the prison itself shut its doors in March 1963, and it now tells the inmates' stories as a museum. During its time in operation, however, it was known to house some of the most dangerous criminals in history. The prison was also known for its violent escape attempts. The most notorious escape attempt took place in May 1946 and later became known as the Battle of Alcatraz. Over the span of 3 days, 2 guards and 3 inmates were killed in the unsuccessful attempt, and 2 others were later executed for the parts they played. Tadmor Prison. Political prisoners and criminals alike share cells in this Syrian prison where instances of abuse, inhumane treatment, and torture have paved its legacy. Prisoners here have been dragged to death through the sand or left to starve, and those are the lucky ones. Evidence has even shown that guards, drunk on hate and power, have cut prisoners to pieces using axes. The most famous instance of torture was after the failed assassination attempt on the president in the 1980s. It was estimated that 1,000 prisoners were gunned down in a massacre the following morning in their cells. The facility closed in 2001 but was reopened again in 2011 and was ultimately destroyed by explosives in May 2015. Diyarbakir Prison. This prison first opened in 1980 in Turkey and operates as a maximum security prison beyond its capacity. It's overcrowded and has become well known for its unlivable conditions. Physical and mental torture is commonplace and boasts one of the highest human rights violations per prisoner in prisons worldwide. Sadistic and humiliating practices are performed on the prisoners, including sexual abuse, beatings, and the threat of a terrible and painful death. Escape is nearly impossible from this facility, so many prisoners have committed suicide or even set themselves on fire to avoid the brutality inflicted during their sentences. There are even hundreds of children between the ages of 13 and 17 incarcerated here, serving life sentences. La Sante Prison. Located in Paris, France, it has become known as one of the most brutal prisons in the world. In 1999 alone, 124 prisoners took their own lives rather than serving their sentence there. Within the prison, a hierarchy is formed, making some more powerful and more influential than others. This causes issues for those who are considered weaker, making the conditions even more inhospitable for them. The fights and violence are so frequent, prisoners may only be outside of their cells for 4 hours each day. Black Dolphin Prison. Only the worst of the worst are sent to this Russian prison. Black Dolphin Prison is home to convicted rapists, pedophiles, murderers, and even cannibals. Given the types of criminals they guard, the wardens and guards are brutal. They do not allow inmates to rest or sit down during the day until it's time to sleep. Prisoners are also blindfolded when removed from their cells and held in uncomfortable positions meant to cause pain and stress. Prisoners that find themselves at Black Dolphin Prison never leave, as only inmates serving life sentences are sent here. Thank you for watching this video.